So I go through this tunnel, and it's just like Jodie Foster in Contact, and if you saw that movie, it's a blue tunnel, and it twists around, kind of like a slide in a water park at Six Flags, a giant tube, and you're just swashing through that thing. And after I come out of that, I go through a black hole, and I hit this event horizon. So with all that left brain, nuclear engineer, math stuff, I'm not going to apologize for talking sort of scientifically, because my whole story is about the convergence of science and faith, of mind and spirit, that there's a religion called science, because you see, science is based on faith. All of the vast majority of all the laws in science about gravity and force and Newton's laws, we can't prove them. They're hypotheses. They've never been proven. I could drop my pen and talk about gravity. We don't know what gravity is. We can calculate the formula, but we don't know what it is. We don't know what force is. We can't tell you why that works. We can tell you the formula on the force required, but we can't tell you. There's so many things. You see, science is a religion. It's based on postulates and theories we can't prove. It's based on faith. But religion is a science. Religion is based on principles and practices, and when we do these things, and we do them with the right way and the right method, they work. And that's what I'm going to tell you about. Some of these things that I discovered when I do these things, they work. So they had taken me to the hospital, and we're in Singapore, and my wife wanted me to be medevac to the U.S., which is, Singapore's down there on the other side. It's, it's 25-hour flights on the other side of the world. And the doctors were like, lady, this guy's not going anywhere. He's not in one piece, And it's kind of an important piece. So they operate on me, and they say, we're not putting anything in his body that wasn't there when he was born. No screws and plates. No cadaver bones. So I go through the procedure, and I had a trachea, so I got a tube and a scar there, and there was tubes. They took bone out of my hip, and so there was tubes draining that, and there were tubes in other places, and we won't talk about that. But I was like Humpty Dumpty, and I'm really oblivious to it all because I'm on a morphine drip and I'm out and all that. So I finally wake up about 3 weeks later, and they send me home, and I go home to our house, and we've got a bedroom upstairs. It's kind of like a loft like this, and there's a bedroom in the upstairs room and in the back, and I'm in that. They turn it into a hospital room. So I'm there, and my family comes in trying to cheer me up. Now, here I am. I'm laying in bed. I'm completely immobilized because there's no screws and plates, and they just put like 2 inches of bone in the middle of my spine, and it's got to fuse. It's got to heal and fuse. And I've got no feeling, no nerves, no feeling in my cheeks because they cut that, so that makes shaving kind of tricky. And I've got no feeling down my arms and part of my back, and I can't walk. But other than that, I'm okay. I'm okay. So they come in, and they are trying to cheer me up because I'm not a double A battery. I'm a triple A battery. Give me a challenge, I'm going to do it. Clean up the 1,000 miles of shoreline, can. Launch a nuclear missile, can. Whatever it is, I can do it. But here I am, and I can't do anything. I can't cut my toenails. I can't brush my teeth. I can't even talk. I'm really upset. This is not supposed to happen. And so they come in, and my kids, they start talking to me about the time they went to Beijing and saw the Great Wall, and they thought I was with them. And they're telling me this story, and I'm laying there. No, I didn't go with you. I was too busy doing a merger. And then they start telling me about their time they went to Australia, and they got these pretty pictures with koala bears. And I'm like, tears are starting to roll down my cheeks. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with me? Why have I been working my whole life? I've been living to work. What is wrong with me? I'm sick. There's something wrong with me. Really, I'm thinking this. And the tears, and I'm just like, please go away. I can't take this. I didn't go with you on any of those trips. So they leave, and I basically say a silent prayer to God. I'm not happy, you know? And I'm screaming in my mind at God, why did you do this to me? And the second, about 3 minutes later, all of a sudden, jiggle, jiggle, the door opens, and I look, and there's my 3-year-old son, Grant. He comes in, and he goes, Daddy, you work too hard. I'm like, Grant, come here. Grant, come over here. You know, and then he leaves. So the next day, I say another silent prayer. Oh, God, I work too hard. What am I supposed to do? And jiggle, jiggle, door opens. Grant comes in, and he goes, Daddy, you need to play. Okay? I am not making this up. Now, most of you who would believe, maybe some of these newcomers, you know, believe in God, answers your prayers, all that sort of stuff. Well, not me. No, not the left brain nuclear engineer math major. I calculate the probability. You know? What's the chance of Grant coming in my room and any random 1 minute period of time? What's the chance of Grant coming in my room after I say a silent prayer that he doesn't hear? What's the chance of Grant having an answer? Well, how many random statements does a 3-year-old have? What's this a random statement? What's the probability of that answer? You get it? This is why my wife says I'm a very strange person. Okay, yeah, true dad. So I calculate the chance of this happening once is 1 in 1,000. The chance of it happening twice is 1 in 1,000,000. So I'm starting to get cheered up. Either Grant is reading my mind or God is answering my prayers. Either way, I don't know. This is kind of interesting. So the next day I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking, okay, God, you know, I work too hard. I'm supposed to play. What kind of answer is that? Can you give me a better answer? Jiggle, jiggle. Grant comes in. And he starts bouncing around the floor like this, jiggling, singing, he's like dancing, and he can't say his R's. His R's come out W, and he's going, remember, 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 remember. And I'm like, Grant, remember what? Remember what? You know. And then he's gone. Damn. Yeah, let me tell you something. This was amazing. I spent 5 years trying to answer that. What am I supposed to remember? And it is so profound. Remember who you are. Remember where you came from. Remember why you're here. Oh my God, from a 3-year-old.